This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy to see if you could save when you bundle your home and auto policies. Try it at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary, not available in all states.
The pressure to have a summer worth posting about is real. So is financial stress, social exhaustion, and the anxiety that sneaks in right when things are supposed to feel good. Grow Therapy can help with that. Whether it's your first time in therapy or your 50th, Grow makes it easier to find a therapist who fits you, not the other way around. They connect you with thousands of independent licensed therapists across the U.S., offering both virtual and in-person sessions, nights and weekends. Whatever challenges you're facing, Grow Therapy is here to help. Grow accepts over 100 insurance plans. Sessions average about $21 with insurance, and some pay as little as $0, depending on their plan. Visit growtherapy.com/ACAST today to get started. That's growtherapy.com/ACAST. growtherapy.com/ACAST. Availability and coverage vary by state and insurance plan.
Acast powers the world's best podcasts. Here's a show that we recommend.
A photographer in Texas earns an extra $47,000 a year shooting Star Wars cosplay portraits. A teacher in Maryland turns her woodworking hobby into a 5-figure side income without leaving the classroom. And a couple in Pennsylvania will rent you backyard chickens for the season so you can try the egg-laying life without commitment. My name is Chris Gillibo. I'm the host of Side Hustle School. I share these kinds of stories every single day in detail with full transparency about the numbers. The point isn't just to inspire you, it's to show you what's possible. Proof that ordinary people are quietly building extra income in surprising ways, including a few ideas you can borrow. Less than 10 minutes a day, every day. Subscribe or follow Side Hustle School wherever you get your podcasts, or find us directly at sidehustleschool.com.
Acast helps creators launch, grow, and monetize their podcasts everywhere. Acast.com.
Hello, and welcome back to Shaded Reality. I'm Anne, and I'm here with Marie. Hi, Marie.
Hi, how's it going?
It's going. You know me, always waiting to the last minute to do everything. Just finished my notes up for Summer House, Season 10, Reunion Part 2. But I managed and I got through, and here we are. But I do want to say one little thing. I know you have a couple things to say before we get started. I literally have not been on social media. I have not been on Instagram, TikTok. This past week has just been insanely busy, and I just feel like this is going to be my entire summer, because I am trying to take Thursdays and Fridays off. So, my Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays are 12-hour days of work, and it's just been exhausting. And I ended up working this past Thursday anyway, so I just haven't had time for anything. So anyway, I saw, I was just scrolling quickly the one day, probably through waiting on a client, and it popped up on Us Weekly, and it's Lala and Kyle. And this is quotes from Lala. All I'm going to say is, without saying too much, is I hear that he is a fucking killer in bed. I hear he fucking knows what he is doing. He ain't my type, but I might take it for a spin. And I thought that was great.
And so that was one of the things I was going to say. Tamara Judge commented on that post and put the emoji that's the little guy that has red cheeks and looks embarrassed, and it says, "I know more about that too." So is it a housewife that he did good, or
so maybe. Okay. So in this actual episode, it was at the during the reunion, it's at the very end.
Yeah,
she is
Megan King Edmonds.
What is her name? Yes.
Megan
Do you
King.
remember her?
Yes.
Megan King.
Yeah, I remember her.
She was on...
Yeah. Was it OC or New York?
OC. She was on OC.
Okay.
And she was with whoever that guy was, who he is.
Yeah, she was married to
idiot.
a real asshole. Yeah, he was horrible.
A real asshole. And then
Yeah.
I think she actually even then went and got married, but like to someone completely opposite. And then that like ended shortly after. And she has, I think, 3 children to him. I have not heard anything about her in years. So when I heard that name, I was like, what? But yeah, and she's really tall. And they were like, Lindsay was like making fun of him, saying he was like on his tippy toes or whatever. So
yeah.
So maybe it was her, because that was who she would have been on with, Tamara. And
yeah.
Yeah.
But can you imagine Kyle with Lala? Like, that's just too...
No way. I mean, I can't imagine a lot of... Not that I can't imagine a lot of men with Lala, but, like, it's definitely has to be the... But, look, she was with Randall. Like, what the fuck?
I know. Yeah.
That's weird. Like, I can't even imagine that. She was totally faking that shit every time she was fucking him. Like,
well, yeah, I
no
think she
way.
pretty much said that she was wasted and would do crazy shit in bed, and he loved it. And then when she decided to get sober, he was just like done with her because she was not
like
the
exciting
same
anymore. Or whatever,
yeah,
which is so fucked.
which is so gross.
So gross.
So the only other thing I had, and this just came up this evening, somebody, just like a fan, got video of Wes and Amanda when they were in Italy, and they're at, it looks like a dinner or something, and she is spitting into his mouth. Like, they apparently think this is hot and sexy. There's a video of it happening. I'll show you. It's just a still.
Like water? Like spitting water
it
in
looks
his mouth?
like it's spit. It just looks like spit.
That's
I don't-
disgusting.
Yeah.
We have been with our husbands for many, many, many years, and I would never
No.
spit in my husband's mouth
No.
or want him to spit in my mouth.
No.
That's so gross.
I think it's a thing. Some people think it's hot. So on Summer House a couple seasons ago, there was, I can't even remember her name. She was young and hot and blonde. She was only one season, I think. But anyway, she hooked up with one of the guys who just came to visit. I can't remember who he was friends with. But they were talking. He spit in her mouth and she was like, oh, it's so hot. And I was like, that's a thing? That's like a sexual thing? Because it's not for me. I would never.
No.
If someone even, no.
Attempted to spit in my mouth, I would be like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yuck.
Ugh. Just thinking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't even imagine if my husband tried to spit in my mouth. Ooh.
All right. So you got nothing else?
That was it. That was my big news.
All right. So then let's get started. So it opens with Lindsay saying that West is going to do the same thing to her, that he has done to, Ciara and everything else. Kyle asks if she knew about this Mia girl. Oh, this kind of ended on when they brought up the Mia girl and she got very quiet and doesn't say anything.
Yeah.
And West is like, it's been public who I hooked up with, and doesn't really say much about it. Lindsay says West is a pathy and they believe absolutely nothing. Amanda,
have you heard the terminology pathy?
No.
What does that mean? Does it mean like
pathological liar?
Okay. My brain, I could not. I'm like, I was like, what is pathy? I was like, I could not think of what
mean, that's what I
was.
assumed that's what it meant.
Oh, you're 100% right. I just am stupid.
So Amanda's crumbling at this point. Like, you can see she's full on about to have a panic attack. Then KJ is like, can I please, speak up and say something? And he opens up about his dad being this, habitual liar and pretty much is comparing him to West. And which was insane. I mean, he went into so much more detail. Just that, like, he grew up in this home with his dad and he was pretty much absolutely awful and has no relationship with his dad and is saying that that's, in a roundabout way, West.
Yeah, and then he was saying, like, how his dad would go out and put on a public face. Yeah. That's, I think, how he was, describing how West has this public face where everyone loves him and he has all these great things. Yeah. But then he treats his actual close relationships like shit, behind closed doors kind of thing. Yeah.
So Andy asks why Amanda thinks that West will commit to her, but why, he couldn't commit to Ciara. She says, they already talked about that. That was a private conversation, and that was something that they did, talk about. And then I think it was Lindsay was like, so how did that conversation go? What was said?
Yeah.
So that led her from being Ciara's friend. I don't know what that means. That led her from being Ciara's friend. So
this is Mia, I think, said, how did you go from being Ciara's best friend to West's side chick? Right? Wasn't that Mia who said that?
She did say that. And I thought I had that somewhere. But so Amanda says, the feelings, the friendship, and she doesn't feel comfortable talking about certain things that her and West talked about. She's like, that is, those are private and that's for us, which everyone's rolling their eyes at this moment.
Right.
She says that she was embarrassed that she had these feelings for West and kissed West and he was seeing someone else, I guess, at the time. And she was just like embarrassed to tell everyone and Ciara about this. Ciara's friend, can't remember. Oh, what is Ciara's friend's name? The girl on the couch.
Mia.
Oh, her name's also Mia.
The other one you're talking about. No, Miha. Mieja. Miha. Yes.
Because I said she.
Remember I said last week.
Or the name matches the horse tie. Okay.
Her job.
Oh, okay. So I
because
thought
it's
it was
like
Mia.
yeehaw. Meehaw, like yeehaw. And she makes horsehair ties.
Got it. All right. So Mia says, snaps back and was like, yeah, that is embarrassing. Like, you should be embarrassed. This is Amanda's breaking point, and she's like, I need to take a break. Done. Like, I need a second.
Yeah.
Gets up and exits. This part shook the shit out of me. So everyone's like, okay, waiting for West to go after his girl. Yeah. Because that's what anyone would do in that situation. And Amanda doesn't have any other friends. Like, it's fucking West. That's it. Everyone is just sitting there and they're like, are you going to go after your girl? Like, Kyle then, like, he's sticking up for her and he's like, I feel like I should go after her. Like, somebody needs to go after her. So then finally Lindsay is yelling, like, grow the fuck up, be a fucking man, and go after your chick. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
It just, like, I was completely shocked by this.
And then he says,
West
oh, go ahead.
Goes back to Amanda, he's like, yeah, I came back to see if you're okay. Like, are you serious?
So,
like,
yeah. So,
go ahead.
Imagine when she actually sees this and finds out, because she was probably like, oh, he came back to check on me. thinking he's great. She's going to be so embarrassed to find out he just sat there and said, I thought maybe you guys had questions for me. Like, he's answered any questions? What are you even talking about? He is something.
He is, okay. And again, I hate that I'm almost kind of I probably should not have been doing the reunion episodes just because I have not fully watched all of Summer House. But the little bit of Wes that I have seen, I think he's a douche. Like, I don't see what I guess other people see in him. Like, how did Ciara, like, they always say he's the good guy. He makes himself out to be the good guy.
It's only because of his first season. His first season, he was the funny guy. He was the fun guy. He was, just a funny. So he was lovable like a teddy bear. And then the fact that Ciara fell for him, you were kind of rooting for that weird relationship where you're seeing this gorgeous, smart nurse, fall for this goofy, funny guy. So that made people fall in love with him. It wasn't him. It was because Ciara fell in love with him that I think ultimately clinched everybody thinking he was so amazing.
Oh, he's wonderful. Yeah, definitely not. So then Wes comes back and he says she needs to take a beat. What does that mean? And then, I was like, did he say that? And then Andy was like, oh, she needs a beat. And I'm like, are they trying to say break? Or what is a beat? Like, that's just a break?
Yeah, that's just a saying. Yeah, take a minute, take a beat.
Take a minute.
It's probably music lingo. Like, take a beat.
So they take a break. Levi leaves. Which, God, my heart breaks.
I didn't even know she was still there. I know. Poor thing. So embarrassing.
So at this point, and now you're going to have to fill me in here on a little bit because there was things that I didn't really understand. So, everyone kind of gets up and walks away, or I think it was just West. Everyone kind of rallies around Kyle. And he says that he knows that West has been in a full-on relationship since February of 2025. He has receipts, and he reached out to this Miha girl. He then shared the information, asked her, can I tell Ciara this stuff? And she, agreed. So then I didn't understand this next part. It, just confused me. So they were kind of going back and forth, and then they're saying, yeah, Amanda's still married, and she's unavailable. Perfect for West. Well, I didn't understand that scenario, how they were.
Because she could be a secret. She could be an easy secret. He could have a full-blown affair with her and not be worried that anybody would find out, and it would be acceptable to her to not be talked about, so he could go out and do all of his own thing with other people because she's still married. So they were saying, yeah, it's perfect for him. She could be a great side chick because she's a secret kind of thing.
Oh, I see. Okay. I was just I rewound that way too many times. And I'm like, what are they trying to say here? And then I was like,
yeah,
Marie will explain it. Okay, so as they're walking back in, Jesse says, people always say, is this fake? And he said, no, clearly it's not fake, but I wish that it was. Because you do hear that. You know what I mean? Through reality shows. And I do think things are definitely portrayed like they pushed them to maybe say things or do things to get the drama started. I do think that is added in there. But in the end, it all boils down to.
Less so in Summer House. It just, I'm not saying that there's not a little bit of producer-driven questions and things, but you don't see it as much as you do, where you can kind of pick it out sometimes in Real Housewives and stuff like that. You can see somebody, because they'll say things in their confessionals like, well, I was told by somebody. Well, who is this somebody that told you this? If it's not another castmate that you can say their name, they probably heard it from a producer, you know, kind of thing. You don't see as much of that kind of drama going on at Summer House at all, because there's not always even drama. It's a lot more of like relationships and partying, and I don't know. It's I'm sure still there, but it's more subtle. Yeah.
So everyone enters back in except Amanda, and then is it Dara or Daria?
Dara.
Okay, so Dara walks in. I don't remember Dara. I kind of do towards the end.
She was just KJ's girlfriend. She wasn't a castmate.
Oh, so
she previously dated West.
Before?
No. She previously dated West. Episode, I don't even know, 2 or 3, they had a party in New York City, and she came, like, West invited her to the party, and then she kind of started to become friendly with the cast, and he said, hey, why don't you come out to the Summer House next weekend? She came out, kind of tried to go for Ben. That didn't work, so then she ended up going for KJ, and her and KJ fell in love.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, I remember them being together at the end, and I was like, oh, these two are cute together. So anyway, she says they've been together for 10 months, and this has been the strongest relationship she will ever have, which I thought that was so sweet.
They've broken up.
And for her to be saying, they broke up?
Yeah, they're not together today. Yeah.
Ah, I was just going to say, I love, like, I feel like KJ needs, you know what I mean? That woman, like, strong woman by his side. And she seemed like the sweetest, most perfect girl for him.
I don't think she was ready for all of his mental health stuff. And I think it was amicable.
It's a lot.
And so I think that's kind of what it was. I think he said it.
That's
and he said something, which,
Yeah. That is completely understandable. So I'm just throwing this out here real quick. Our download thing says it is only at 43%. So that's a little scary.
Yeah. Do you have a lot of people on stuff at the house?
No.
Because mine says 99. I don't know what it is. I hate when it does that.
Fun. Okay, so where am I at here? Stronger. Oh, and then I said she dated West, ? Because I didn't realize that. Then Andy asks what she thinks of, you know, Amanda and West's situation. Oh, she said this so well, but she was very good. She says that she doesn't think that he will ever step up and that he treats women, you know, that give themselves to him expendable. Then Kyle stands up to go get, okay, so then they're like, where's Amanda? Amanda needs to be here to hear this. And then someone was like, Kyle, why don't you go get your wife? Again, Wes just sits there, doesn't do anything. Kyle then goes to go get her, and Andy's like, sit down. No, she's coming back out. So then they talk about, they're jumping around because she's still not back out yet, but Lindsay flirting with Ben and that he didn't give much back. And then she says, which I miss these episodes, and this is like awful. People probably hate me because I don't know much on these. But she says that she feels better about herself knowing that he was feeling Sabrina at that time. Because in that moment, she felt real shitty about herself. And then she was like, she was probably feeling Sabrina, so I'm okay. Then Ben talks about Sabrina and taking her home to see his family.
No one cares.
Was a lot.
Stupid hug story. Yeah, it was a weird story about his dad not hugging him for years.
Hugging him. That's all I wrote. Hugging dad since a teenager. Yeah. Done. I was just like...
So weird.
That was weird. People were like... I don't like Ben. I don't like him
I don't
at all.
either.
I don't think he's attractive. At all. He may be slightly attractive when he has a hat on his head. When he takes his hat off, I do not think he's cute. So I don't know why these women think he's so fucking hot, because I don't see it.
Because he has an accent? Probably because he has an Australian accent.
Maybe. I don't know. But
because he doesn't have much of a personality either. So,
no. And
it's
again,
not that.
He just sat there on the couch and then gave this weird dad freaking story. And
yeah.
Then, that was it. End of...
I thought it was crazy that he said the whole dad story, and then they're like, well, what was the incident with the girl? And I thought, like, oh, he got someone pregnant, or I don't know, something crazy.
Yes.
Oh, my dad walked in and I was laying in bed with a girl. And he stopped hugging you for 20 years, or whatever, 10 years?
No. He stopped talking to him.
Talking to him.
Not just hugging him, speaking to him. Which is insane.
Some weird shit. Fucking religious people are insane. I'll tell you what. Oh my God. Because he said that they're born again Christians or something.
Yes. Sorry. I was messaging Skylar about the internet situation. Okay, so Amanda walks back in, goes back to Dara, and she tells Amanda it is, the West show, and it will always be the West show. He doesn't prioritize treating women. He wants a woman who will do what he wants, and he will need to figure out, and she will need to figure out if that's the type of person that she wants to be to fit in with the West life. And clearly that's not word for word. That was just me putting it together in a roundabout way. But the things that she said, it was so good. And I'm just like,
I wrote down
pretty much
one
what
sentence.
She's saying to you.
Let me say the one sentence. He is looking for someone who will mold and fold and fit into his life without excuse or complaint. And it's up to you to decide what's worth sacrificing for that type of person.
Yes. And I was like, bitch,
she
run. She is telling you,
she is good with her
run.
words. She is so good with her words. I would never on stage be able to eloquently say twice. She said it 2 different ways and just, read him for filth both times. And it was done so well both times.
Yes. She does speak very, very good. I don't even know what Scott. Something must be wrong with our internet because he said that they are coming tomorrow to fix it.
Oh.
Yeah. That's
maybe
weird. I had no idea.
You know what I read that
told me?
Yeah. We might need to do is actually hardline into our routers. We probably should be doing that apparently as podcasters and not just doing the Wi-Fi.
I don't even know how to do that, so you'll have to tell me. So, okay. So
we just
Andy
need to buy
says
Ethernet cable.
Oh, okay. Andy says it would be ironic going from the Kyle show to the West show. Amanda was like, yeah.
Kyle didn't like
then
that
goes
one either.
To Jesse. And they talk about the crush that he had on Ciara, but he was trying to turn it into a joke. I didn't talk much about this.
No.
I guess there was a lot of flirting between Jesse and Ciara. Jesse's a little different also, I noticed. Like, nice guy, but he's a little different, right? Like,
yeah, he's goofy.
Gets emotional easily. I shouldn't say different. I mean, he just but is he known as like the party boy? Like, does he? I don't know.
I don't know. Just one year they brought in Jesse and West the same year. They were both normally in Summer House. They bring in really hot men and really hot women. And then all of a sudden this one year they brought Jesse and West in and they were more funny and less, what do you want to call it? They didn't come across as the standard womanizers because they just aren't that attractive. Though they ended up both kind of being the same thing, because once you become popular on a TV show, then you just take advantage of that situation. So yeah, they both just kind of came in as comic relief and to be something I think a little different than we normally see, and they've just stuck. But I think they came in to be the goofy comic, you know, funny kind of thing, and I don't know what they are. Jesse thinks he's a musician, and West is like I don't know what he thinks he is.
Yeah. So that was my next thing. They talk about Jesse and his, well, I think Andy says, so did you write that song about being in love with your best friend about Ciara? And he's like, no, I wrote this song a long time ago. But he got really weird, I felt like, when that question was asked.
Very
like,
weird.
I really do think that was about Ciara, and he just didn't want to say it because it was
on the
weird.
show, he literally sang that song to her while they were sitting outside as kind of like a joke. But the show was edited to make it look like he wrote that for her. It was, I don't know. It's weird how he acted because he sang it to her. So why would you sing her someone else's song?
Right.
You just recycle that, you know? Like,
yeah. I sing this to every woman that I see. So then
every time I fall in love
Jesse
with my
is
friends.
Single. Right. He says he is single and that he is looking for something serious. And then this is when he starts talking about his music career. He says that he is going on tour and he is very proud of himself, and it has been really hard and a long journey of him singing. They show a clip of him singing, and this is me. I'm like, ooh, that's not great. And then I felt really bad because Carl says that his music got like a huge like beating on social media. And I'm like, well, if those were the clips that people saw,
right,
that is
understandable.
It's not good. I really hope that he's a good musician, and those were just like bad clips that they picked. I don't know, but if he's going on tour, God love him.
Yeah. So for you, background on Jesse Solomon. I don't know when we found out that he went to college for music. I don't even know if we knew that as an audience. I don't remember it until just this thing.
Yeah.
But his first season, he must always have liked making up songs and singing, because he ended his first season. They all had like their end of summer dinner thing, and he stood up and sang this song he made about the summer for everybody, and it was called "What Would Jesse Solomon Do?" And it was everyone thought it was funny, and it was kind of cute and quirky, and so it became a big thing. So he took that shit and ran with it. Now he thinks he's a musician,
he's a singer.
Right.
Ooh.
But it was
sing
more of a
quirky and funny,
but
not be actually good at singing.
A musician.
And it kind of makes me sad, because I think he's saying because he went to school for music that he's a good singer, but that doesn't mean shit. Like,
no.
Whoop, I don't know. So
my youngest daughter loves to sing, and she thinks she's amazing, and she is the worst singer in the whole world. But so
Harlow,
have you heard her
watching? No, I have not. But Harlow started watching.
I'll have to have her sing for you.
What's a TV show that they do singing?
Like The Voice? Is it like a competition show?
Yeah.
Okay.
And she's been watching this, and now she wants to be a singer. Well, didn't that little shit Google how to find someone like to teach her, like a voice coach? And
like
she
a vocal
pulled
coach?
them up for me. And she's like, this one's only for 30 minutes, $30. I really like this woman here. And I was like, where did you find this? She's like, on Google. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, my mind literally was blown because I feel like it would take me a minute to find a voice coach. Harlow does
right.
it within minutes. Yeah. And she has it narrowed down, and she's showing me a video of who she wants. And now she keeps asking me every day if we can set her up with this voice coach. And I'm like, how about you sign up for Chorus first? Like,
yeah,
let's go there.
A private voice coach.
Yeah. Okay, where are we at? Okay, so then it goes to Carl. They talk about soft bar. He talks about how much it meant to him that Lindsay showed up to his opening, which I feel like we have talked about all this. She gave him a bear when she got there, and he still has it. It's in his office, and I think that really made her happy that he still has that. He does say that he cares so much about her and that he always will. I really, really hope that they get back together. I don't know if they will, but I think they're so cute. And you can tell
I think they just need
clearly
time.
In love.
Yeah. I think they just need time, and I think they might.
You're listening to this podcast, so I know you've got a curious mind. Here's a helpful fact you might not know yet. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save over $900 on average. Pop over to Progressive.com, answer some questions, and you'll get a quick quote with discounts that are easy to come by. In fact, 99% of their auto customers earn at least one discount. Visit Progressive.com and see if you can enjoy a little cash back. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings by $946 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2024 and May 2025. Potential savings will vary.
The pressure to have a summer worth posting about is real. So is financial stress, social exhaustion, and the anxiety that sneaks in right when things are supposed to feel good. Grow Therapy can help with that. Whether it's your first time in therapy or your 50th, Grow makes it easier to find a therapist who fits you, not the other way around. They connect you with thousands of independent licensed therapists across the U.S., offering both virtual and in-person sessions, nights and weekends. Whatever challenges you're facing, Grow Therapy is here to help. Grow accepts over 100 insurance plans. Sessions average about $21 with insurance, and some pay as little as $0, depending on their plan. Visit growtherapy.com/ACAST today to get started. That's growtherapy.com/ACAST. growtherapy.com/ACAST. Availability and coverage vary by state and insurance plan.
Then it jumps. There was more to that, but I didn't really say.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't important. Talks about Kyle and the dinner situation when they were all at dinner and he said, "Fuck you," or "shut the fuck up," or whatever he said to Amanda. So Andy asks Wes what was going through his head when this happened. And he said that he just wanted to have Amanda's back when Kyle was being a dickhead. And Amanda has, like, the biggest smile on her face. Like, yep, my man has my back. And I'm thinking, he does not. No. So Kyle says that he does take full accountability for the way that he behaved. Amanda says that it felt good that another man finally stood up to Kyle. And you could see when she was saying this, like, Ciara kind of was looking like, bitch, I've had your back since day one. And then that's why when she's like, a man, like, I guess.
Why do we give more credit to a man?
I have no idea. Like, that just.
I thought that whole thing was so weird.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit if it was a man? All your other friends that have stuck up for you year after year after year and have listened to you and sat with you while you cried after every Kyle fight, they don't matter because they don't have a dick. This man comes and sits next to me in a chair. Done. This is the most amazing person I've ever seen in my entire life. Yeah, praise Jesus. What are you talking about?
Yeah. So then they talk about the Cartier,
the watch, yeah.
the watch that Kyle gifted Amanda. So I guess that, well, I mean, it did happen. I didn't see it. But Wes compared Kyle to the Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
And that was like, I guess, the lowest of low by doing this. You know, because it's pretty much... I didn't think it was that big of a deal.
I think because if you tried to make a direct connection, he almost made it sound like Kyle did this because he's cheated, maybe. Yeah. And maybe that's what was implied, which I don't know.
Because it's like men who are stepping out always gift their wives something to make up for the shitty things that they're doing.
Yeah.
Wes said
I never get
he was
gifts, so I'm good.
Me either. I mean, I shouldn't say that. I do if I'm just like, will you get this for me? Or like, it's not just like a surprise gift. Like, here's a...
Do you know what I've been saying? I've been training my husband. I've been like, you need to show the girls that they have to, you know, be like, things aren't just about them. So we need to make sure they know when it's my birthday, they need to go out and pick a present that's for me, not something they would like. And when it's your birthday, they're going to pick something out that they have to think about other people. So I've been using my children to get gifts.
Do you have like a bug that's flying around?
Yes, there's bugs in the lights, the ring light, and I'm sitting on the porch, and I literally think I swallowed one.
Choked on one. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So Wes said that he was fired up in confession because Kyle gave her that watch, and the next day he then called her a dumb bitch. So that's why he was like all angry about it, which, I mean, that is pretty bad. Kyle says that the beginning of summer, when Amanda brought up him wanting his DJ career and not helping her with her new business, really upset him. And he said that was kind of what set the tone for the summer. Mm-hmm. And Amanda says, no, what set the tone was you staying at a fan's house. So then they talk about him spending the night at a fan's house, and Kyle's like, I didn't sleep over. I was blackout, and I just, like, we were up all night, and it was the after party. Like, I do feel like he tries to justify a lot of the things, and it's like, just take accountability and be like, I was in the wrong, and move on.
I do have one thing to say there, because
yes, go ahead.
I just want to, these are the worst communicators. So they said this at some point. This happened in February when he spent the night at a fan's house, on the couch or whatever. Yeah. And she held on to that and was dragging it along and did not resolve it with her literal husband. And is still bringing it up in July and then making snarky remarks and throwing him under the bus every chance she can get and shit in July and August? Can you even imagine being in a fight with your husband for that long? Like, that doesn't even make sense to me.
No.
It's just crazy.
I don't understand how they've been doing this for years like this.
No.
Amanda says that was a major turning point for her, I guess, after that happened. Kyle says that everything that she has told him over the years has now changed, and she has... Kyle says that everything she has told him over the years has now changed, and she says nothing has changed. And Kyle says that now she has been going out until 4 a.m. and doing all of the things that Kyle has been wanting her to do over the past, several years. So, and she keeps saying, you know, like, I'm single. I'm allowed to.
Yeah.
And they're like, you're not understanding what your husband is saying. Like, he has been wanting you to go out, do the things with him, and she, you know, has not wanting to do that. I think it was Kyle said that, or no, someone said she chose a Kyle 2.0. Kyle says younger and on
Kyle
steroids.
Did, yeah. So I'm actually on Amanda's side here. So what he was saying to her was, you wanted a house in New Jersey. You wanted to settle down. You wanted this. You wanted that. And she's saying, yeah, I wanted this when I was married and with you. I wanted that stuff with you as a married person. Guess what? That dream, all that shit is gone now because I'm back out on the market as a single person. Yeah. So I can't be a single person saying to the next guy I'm sitting next to, I want a house in New Jersey with 3 kids. Like, that's right. She's not living that life anymore. And then she's also saying, it's not that I didn't want to go out. I think I was pretty clear over the years. I didn't want to go out with fucking Kyle because Kyle is embarrassing. Kyle gets blackout where people don't even understand the words coming out of his mouth. He can't stand up. I have experienced this when I was in college. I remember going out to parties when my husband was a crazy drinker and he would fall down the stairs and was super drunk. And I hated it. I hated every minute of it when we were young if he would get super drunk. Yeah. You don't want to be around that. So if you're with that for 10 years and it's constant, of course she stays in. Of course. Why would she want to go out with him? You know what I mean? She hates it. It just, she can't stand it. So I'm on her side, in that argument.
Which the way that you explained it. And again, I have not watched these episodes, so I don't really know how long this, clearly, they have hated each other for a very long time, or they have not liked each other. But, I think him hearing her say those words, I hated going out with Kyle, that, triggers him. He gets very upset.
Oh, yeah.
And then that's when he starts yelling. Kyle is like, this kid parties way harder than I do. And I say kid because he is the most immature, fraudulent, phony person I have ever met. So shut the fuck up. And I was like, oh, shit. Kyle says, I keep going back and forth with being concerned and being betrayed, which I have noticed that with him. It's like 1 minute he is like, oh, he's taking Amanda's side. And then the next minute he's like, you can tell how angry he is. It's like, it's so, whole situation is weird. It's so weird.
Yeah.
So he says that the day that they put their statement out was the day that they split up. And that he didn't even get a chance to explain to his mom or his family. And she was pushing him. We have to post this. We have to do it.
Why?
And I don't know. Which
why was it so important to her that the public knew? You know what I mean? Because they could have done the split, and the statement is irrelevant. You don't even have to have a statement,
right?
The world's not required to know when you break up.
Yeah,
it's very weird.
She said that she knew that she was done with him New Year's Day. She said she spent New Year's Eve by herself, and they must have gotten into a fight or something. She stayed home. He went out and DJ'd. I don't think he ever came home that night. And it was the next morning that she contacted Bravo to tell them that she was done. Because I guess that she didn't want things to be weird when they recorded. But wouldn't that have been before they recorded anyway? Or am I wrong on that?
I think she said she knew that the season was going to be coming out and how he treated her all summer. And she didn't want people to think essentially that she was okay with it. So she wanted the public to know she ended it after how terribly she was treated all summer, essentially.
Oh. Okay.
So she was trying to get the statement out before Summer House aired.
I see. So she had, okay, that makes sense. So they talk about Kyle being with other women. There's, so many rumors and DMs that he was cheating. I know you've said that about this before, about the rumors and stuff, but there was nothing ever publicly that he had an affair on him.
No.
Andy does ask, have you ever been married to Amanda and have you been unfaithful during your marriage? Mm-hmm. He says, there has been times that I have been out and have been inappropriate. I never cheated or stepped out. I have been deprived of everything for many years from you. And yes, I have acted out. Amanda says he has stepped out of the marriage when they were together. And Lindsay's like, what does that mean? Like kissing other people? Mm-hmm. Kyle says his needs have never been met the entire time that they were together, which is absolutely absurd.
Yeah, I was pissed off about this part because I'm like, I've been completely starved and deprived for years. This man could have left at any time. He was not shackled to her. So I don't ever, with anyone, man or woman, want to hear the excuse that they were not giving me physically what I needed or emotionally or whatever. Then leave. Nobody was making you not have sex with your wife for 4 years.
Right.
Come on. That's crazy.
The pressure to have a summer worth posting about is real. So is financial stress, social exhaustion, and the anxiety that sneaks in right when things are supposed to feel good. Grow Therapy can help with that. Whether it's your first time in therapy or your 50th, Grow makes it easier to find a therapist who fits you, not the other way around. They connect you with thousands of independent licensed therapists across the U.S., offering both virtual and in-person sessions, nights and weekends. Whatever challenges you're facing, Grow Therapy is here to help. Grow accepts over 100 insurance plans. Sessions average about $21 with insurance, and some pay as little as $0 depending on their plan. Visit growtherapy.com/ACAST today to get started. That's growtherapy.com/ACAST. growtherapy.com/ACAST. Availability and coverage vary by state and insurance plan.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy to see if you could save when you bundle your home and auto policies. Try it at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. And I say this all the time, especially when people who are cheating are stepping out. Mm-hmm. If you are unhappy, number one, you need to have that conversation with your person, your partner, whatever. Yes. Then if things still aren't getting any better, then that's when you need to be like, I'm done. Like, if you cannot meet me where I need to be met, then we need to go our separate ways.
Yeah.
Why stay with somebody? Because they're like, even when Lindsay was like, what do you mean, like kissing? That's still not okay. Just because he wasn't getting what he wanted from Amanda does not give him the right to go out and party and flirt.
No.
Like, that's disgusting. Ciara's like, no, I'm just pointing out. Oh, then Ciara says, I called Amanda when Kyle was making out with Sally from Southern Charm. And Amanda says, yes, you did. And she's like, no, girl. Like, I'm pointing out how good of a friend I've been to you and how bad of a friend you've been to me. Yeah. And then, Amanda rolls her eyes again.
So did that happen after they split, I guess? Because why? So, yeah, I guess her and Ciara.
This happened. I'm assuming this happened.
Well, I mean, her and Ciara would have still been friends for a little while after they split, I guess, before she found out about Wes.
Yeah, I don't know. But I took it as this happened a while ago.
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember that happening, at least not publicly, like on the show, but probably, maybe.
So, then they talk about the Kyle and Megan King Edmonds kiss on the cheek and him being on his tippy toes. Kyle and Amanda, so you think that your relation... Andy asked if Kyle and Amanda thought that maybe their relationship would have survived outside of the show. Kyle says that he, in a weird way, thought that them being on the show was like their therapy.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know.
It sounds like, yeah, they often would go a long time without speaking, but then when they were in the summer house, they were forced to actually communicate.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
Which I'm wondering.
People have weird relationships. I don't understand
what their weeks
sometimes.
Were at home in the city. You know what I mean?
I think
like,
he just works. Pass and
go their separate
I think
ways.
he is a workaholic and just works from morning till night all week, and then just parties all weekend. So yeah, there's never any time to even for them to have a relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay, so this gets to the end. So they break for lunch, and everyone goes back into their dressing rooms. Amanda's talking to Wes in the back, just saying about how everyone is going so hard for her, that she's just like, can't take it anymore, and like she's getting so fucking sick of it. And then Wes like says about how Kyle stepped out on her before she ever did him. Like, okay, like let's go tit for tat here. Then it goes over to Ciara's dressing room, and she starts FaceTiming with Mia, Wes' ex. And I was like, and they're like talking like they're friends. Like these two are friends now. She gives her a recap of what's going down, and she just said pretty much, like Amanda's taking the brunt of it, and Wes is just sitting there staying quiet. Then they go back over to West in the other room, and he's like, do you want me to hop in more, or do you think that that's going to piss people off? And she says no, that she doesn't want him to. But then it was so weird. Like, I felt them talking and their relationship is weird. He was saying, I think you just need to take deep breaths and just be a little bit more calm.
Him giving her advice just pissed me off.
Yeah. And she's like, she goes, I was getting a little triggered, wasn't I? And he's like, a little, but it's understandable. And she's like, okay, I'll do better. And I'm thinking, fucking what is this? Like, that is weird. Like, the Amanda that I saw with Kyle, at least, she was like shutting him down. Like, shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, standing her ground. And it's almost like she's like cowering to Wes. I don't like that.
I think, is one of those women who does, like, she'll make herself who they want. You know what I mean? Like, she will make herself the type of person. Yes. Yep. And so she, whatever would make him happy kind of thing. However he wants her to react is the way she's going to react.
Well, that makes me sad for her. So, back in Ciara's dressing room, Kyle walks in. And he says to Mia, how long were you and Wes dating? And she said that they were dating while they were filming.
Yeah, that surprised me.
He was at, the summer house. She was at his house doing things, whatever. She says that Wes wanted to keep the relationship quiet because he was afraid that he was going to get fired from the show because he wasn't dating someone on the show, which is such
on
bullshit.
Bravo. How many women has he told this to? How many secret girlfriends does he have that this was his thing?
I wish that all the women would come out she is very upset. Like, she actually
she's still upset.
I think she starts crying, and she's
she does.
We were in a legit relationship. He was telling me he loved me, and then he just dropped her the day after Watch What Happens Live. Like, she's like, I was at his house that night. Yeah. And then just done. Like, no explanation.
That's crazy. Nothing. Yeah. Pathy behavior.
Then they're like, we need to bring this forward. Like, we need her to, tell her side. And Kyle's like, maybe we can call her, like, FaceTime her while we're out on set.
Yeah.
And then it ends.
It ends, yeah.
I hope they do.
I know.
I would love it. Like, what does what does Wes think is going to happen?
I don't know.
It's just all going to get, like she's not going to speak out?
Yeah. Probably. Because he probably, she's not a Bravo person, so nobody's going to want to care to hear from her. You know,
That's
kind
what
of thing.
he thinks.
Yeah, I control the narrative because I'm the one with the cameras in my face. There's actually rumors that the reason West and Amanda are being so vague with all their answers and just kind of giving general responses is because they're going to tell their real story on his podcast because he has a podcast.
Oh.
Yeah.
What is the real story? Like,
yeah, I don't know.
Guess we'll find out. So,
but anyway, thanks for listening. Follow us on all the things. We're at Shaded Reality Pod on TikTok and Threads and Instagram. And we're at Shaded Reality on all of the podcast apps. And we'd love to hear from you. Our DMs are open. So if you have any comments or things you want to share with us, we would love to see them. Yeah, everyone have a great week, and we will see you later. Bye.
Bye.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy to see if you could save when you bundle your home and auto policies. Try it at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
Acast powers the world's best podcasts. Here's a show that we recommend.
A photographer in Texas earns an extra $47,000 a year shooting Star Wars cosplay portraits. A teacher in Maryland turns her woodworking hobby into a 5-figure side income without leaving the classroom. And a couple in Pennsylvania will rent you backyard chickens for the season so you can try the egg-laying life without commitment. My name is Chris Gillibo. I'm the host of Side Hustle School. I share these kinds of stories every single day in detail with full transparency about the numbers. The point isn't just to inspire you, it's to show you what's possible. Proof that ordinary people are quietly building extra income in surprising ways, including a few ideas you can borrow. Less than 10 minutes a day, every day. Subscribe or follow Side Hustle School wherever you get your podcasts, or find us directly at sidehustleschool.com.
Acast helps creators launch, grow, and monetize their podcasts everywhere. Acast.com.